What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. This is very, very disturbing to me. Very, very disturbing. And I got a bone to pick with a few people in this so-called boxing space, right? It's extremely diabolical how the double standards are within the sport of boxing. It's extremely alarming, and it's very, very diabolical to me, right? We have this situation between Alicia Baumgardner and the GOAT Claressa T-Rex Shields, right? Going on. Alicia Baumgardner is 18 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 7 wins by way of knockout, right? She's an undisputed champion. She's decorated in the sport, right? 31 years of age. Alicia Baumgardner is not close to what Claressa Shields is to the sport of boxing, and what Claressa Shields have paved the way for the sport of boxing. She's 18 wins, no loss, no draw, 3 wins by way of knockout. She's also 31 years of age, but she's a three-division undisputed champion. She's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. She's the first female to become multi-division undisputed, male or female, right? Claressa Shields is dominant within the sport. She have paved the way. She has opened the door, like Layla Ali. She's not, and this is no slight or disrespect, but she ain't on Alicia Baumgardner, not on Claressa Shields' level. She's just simply not. They don't see eye to eye. Now, Claressa Shields, when she fought Savannah Marshall, was a massive fight. Claressa Shields made sure, and again, you don't have to like her character. Is her character the most likable character? No. But she ain't doing nothing different than the men in the sport of boxing. And she elevated the sport of boxing, so she can do that. Nonetheless, she lobbied for women in boxing. Now, people could say, like Franchon Cruz, the zone, she got an issue with her right now. She's also decorated. But Claressa Shields have paved the way for these females in the sport of boxing. When she fought Savannah Marshall, that was huge because Savannah Marshall was the last person to beat her. She lobbied to make sure it was an all-women's card and that people like Alicia Baumgardner was on that card. She lobbied for that. She support all women in boxing. She show up to their cards. Alicia Baumgardner clearly felt like, Claressa Shields is getting a lot of shine. And she did a live stream on her social media, and she said she'll fight Claressa Shields. So Claressa Shields like, man, where'd that come from? Right? Because they're not in and around the same weight class. So this is something that people are not paying attention to. The fact that Alicia Baumgardner started going at Claressa Shields, talking about she'll fight her, made 0 sense outside of the fact that Claressa Shields' accomplishments, Alicia Baumgardner envies. Because they're not in the same weight class. Alicia Baumgardner fight at 130, 135 pounds. Claressa Shields is fighting at heavyweight. Started her career at 168. So why did you even mention her name? Right? Because it's really not realistic to happen. Because Claressa has made it clear when Cecilia Brækhus, many of y'all probably forgot about her now. When Cecilia Brækhus was reigning at 147, Claressa was like, I'll fight Cecilia Brækhus at a catchweight. When Cecilia Brækhus was seen to be the queen of boxing, Claressa's like, I'll fight Cecilia Brækhus, but it got to be at a catchweight. I'll do 150, something of that magnitude. Cecilia Brækhus refused. We knew forever and a day that Claressa Shields can't go past 150. We knew this. So Alicia Baumgardner fighting at 130, 135. Why you even mention Claressa Shields when you have no plans to fight her? And all you dudes on here, I'm disappointed in y'all, man. going at Claressa Shields. And to make matters worse, Claressa Shields slaps Alicia Baumgardner. They've been going back and forth. They've been rival. Alicia Baumgardner said, on site, I'll do this, I'll do that. So Claressa Shields smacked her at the Netflix event. And Michael Irvin and Le'Veon Bell, they confirmed this, right? They like, listen, she just rock out. So when people were saying she missed and all that, Michael Irvin and Le'Veon Bell said, no, she ain't missed nothing. She caught a rock out. Shut it down. Rock out. Right? Alicia didn't do nothing. Now Alicia is looking to press charges and posting on social media, you going to jail? Excuse me? Now, when Devin Haney sued Ryan Garcia, y'all said that it was the worst thing in the world. There ain't no suing in boxing. Ain't no suing in boxing. Now, Alicia Baumgardner want to press charges and send Claressa Shields to jail and brag about it. And you dudes on here, disappointed, bro. Two-tone, disappointed. Punch drunk. You got an issue, bro. I'm starting to see you got an issue with black people and black women. Now, here's the thing. I want to say this, man. Alicia Baumgardner ain't sleeping with none of y'all. She bad, for sure. She ain't sleeping with none of y'all. Ain't none of y'all putting your hands in her cookie jar. Not a single one of y'all. So all the capping y'all doing for Alicia Baumgardner and don't want to stand on business and don't want to keep it 100, that's disappointing, bro. That's diabolical. She ain't letting you put her hand. You ain't putting your hands in her cookie jar. Believe that. Believe you me. Yeah, she might repost you and all this stuff. Trust me. So it's diabolical that she's looking to send and bragging about sending Claressa Shields to jail. And y'all bragging about MVP promotion saying, oh, she's banned? Huh? Imagine fighters being banned because they get into altercations. That's diabolical, man. On so many levels. This sport is weird, bro. It's very weird. And this is why I stopped doing the live streams. I'm going to slowly start separating myself. This sport is diabolical, bro. Claressa Shields ain't do nothing but what she's supposed to do. She stood on business. And that's supposed to be celebrated. And y'all celebrating how Jay-Z said, I don't celebrate the person that got hit. I celebrate the person that did the hitting. Because that's who stood on business. Alicia Baumgardner did all this big talking, called out Claressa Shields unnecessarily. You know you 38 pounds at the very, very best. Claressa fight at 154. That's 24 pounds. And she's clearly bigger than Alicia Baumgardner. So why did you even mention her in the same light as fighting her if you had never had no plans to fight her? You was capping. Isn't that clout chasing? That's like Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford's retired. Well, Terrence Crawford made mention of Canelo, who was fighting at 68, and Terrence Crawford's fighting at 47 and 54. He actually went up there and did it. He wasn't blowing smoke. He actually went and did it. Roy Jones went to heavyweight. He actually did it. And was actually in negotiation to fight Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson. For y'all who don't know that. And it fell through. He agreed to fight Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. The baddest man on the planet. That was a 25-pound jump at the very least. From 175. He ain't blow smoke. Claressa Shields said, I'm going to heavyweight. After fighting at 68, 54, I'm going to go to 60, become undisputed. She did it. She ain't blow smoke. She ain't mentioning people's name outside of the you know, I think she's diabolical for mentioning men. But outside of that, she standing on business. That's supposed to be celebrated. Standing on business. So imagine Shakur. We getting on Shakur right now for mentioning Conor Ben and these dudes at 47. And we like he ain't standing on business. But y'all celebrating Alicia Baumgardner and talking about she going to press charges after she said she could beat Claressa? You said you could whoop her. You said you could whoop her. So she slapped you. Why didn't you whoop her? Why are you calling the authorities? Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. And y'all celebrating her calling authorities and celebrating talking about you going to jail? Diabolical, bro. And that's all I got for y'all, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.